So, good evening, everybody, and thank you all for coming. So, we are here today for our introduction to love. So, I had a couple of emails from you about your interest in learning the basics of love. So that's why we're all here today. So, I'm going to go through some like kind of the bare basics just to get you started, and then in our next session we can go on into more dialect and stuff like that. So, my own name, I'm Emma, as you can see in the bottom of the screen there, and I am a Lamh trainer. So I go around and I go into different schools with staff who would use Lamh, or into places like St. Michael's House and stuff where they would use a lot of Lamh. And I will go in and I will train them in how to use it. So I'm going to go through why we use Lamh and stuff like that, and that'll all be in the learning outcomes for today. But first of all, I'm just going to ask you one by one just to introduce yourself, and maybe your age, your occupation, and why you want to do this course. So, Sarah, I'll start with you if that's okay.
Yeah. So my name is Sarah. I'm 29. I'm a mummy and I'm a sales assistant in a grocery shop. And my interest would be, I would love to get back into working with kids again, and I think it's really handy to have.
Yeah, definitely. And would you do a lot of work with kids, Sarah, in the past?
I have done in the past, yeah, and I've actually found that now we're wearing masks. I've had a few customers who are deaf, who have had children that were deaf, so I think it would actually be really handy even on the checkouts to have that.
Yeah, definitely. No, really good. It's really interesting. And Keelan.
Hi, I'm Keelan. I'm 25. I'm also a sales assistant, Andy. And I was just kind of have a general interest in the in love. And I know it's different to sign language, but I just kind of want to get to know my basics of love.
Yeah, no, and that's a really good point, Keelan. I think it's it's something I think we do need to integrate more into day-to-day life, because a lot of more people actually using Lamh nowadays. Now that there's about 500 Lamh signs in total, but it's growing more and more as as it's needed. So new words come out and stuff like that. So we need more signs, and I think in the community it's really important that we all have some sort of Lamh in us. Esme, tell me a bit about yourself.
My name is Esme. I'm 8 and I'm in second class.
Oh, wow. Okay, well done, Esme. So you're quite young compared to the rest of us here. And would you have a lot of friends in school?
Yeah.
Yeah, and do you know if any of your friends in class would use Lamh or anything like that?
They don't use Lamh.
No. Okay, well maybe one day you might come across somebody who does, and now you're going to have a little bit. So thank you, Esme. And lastly, Wayne.
How you doing? My name's Wayne. I'm a project manager in a large telecoms company, and I have a colleague who is a member of the deaf community. So I'd like to have a few signs that I could interact more with.
Really, wow, really good, really good. And like that, we have Irish Sign Language, and we have English Sign Language, and then we have Lamh. And Lamh is more of a communicative language, but it actually overlaps with a lot of the other sign languages that people who are deaf would use. There's just slight differences, and we're going to go through that now. So I'm just going to pop into on my next slide here. So our learning outcomes today. So we're going to go through who uses Lamh, yeah? Because a lot of people will get confused. The word Lamh is Irish for hand, obviously, so we use our hands. A lot of people think that maybe Lamh is used by people who are deaf, but it's actually not. So we're going to go through that. And we're going to go through why would we use Lamh? Why would we use it? We don't have a problem communicating. We're not deaf. We don't have a problem with our speech. Why would we use it? Then we're going to go through the alphabet. So this will be the very bare basics. So going through the alphabet and just figuring out each letter, and that will get us on the basis then for our next lesson. And then I'm going to teach you how to say your name. And I'm just going to go back to my first slide. So as we can see here in the little picture on the bottom, we have the girl saying hello. So all we need to do is put our hand to our head and go hello. Yeah, so that's our hello. So can everybody do that for me? Just putting a hand to their head and then just going hello. Yeah. Really good. Yeah, so that's just our basic hello, and it's something we'd nearly do. Yeah, we would tend to wave and stuff, but you might go hiya. Yeah, it's something that we would see people doing, or we might do it across the road like hi. Yeah, so it comes nearly more natural. Okay, so who uses Lamh? People with communication issues. So some people they're developed when they're born that they're not actually able to communicate. And they find it hard, or they might have speech difficulties, that the words won't come out, they can't form the words properly, or they might have problems with like R's and S's and B's and P's, and it might, if some of them do, they go through and they get better and better, but this is a way for them to communicate with other people. And people with intellectual disabilities would tend to use this a lot. Some people with intellectual disabilities would actually, they start off and they're speaking fine, and then over time, actually their speech deteriorates. But even for some of them, their speech wouldn't be very clear, and it's a way of them to be able to communicate to others what they want or need, or to be able to have a conversation. Also, those who work in schools or facilities with people with intellectual disabilities, so people like SNAs in school, or people who work in special educational facilities, so like the CRC in Clontarf or any of St. Michael's House schools would use them a lot. And other facilities would be like St. Michael's House or Daughters of Charities, where they would need to, communicate with people, and in that way they would use Lamh with them. Yeah, so it's not just the people who are having trouble speaking; it's nice for us to be able to do it back. And also parents, teachers, or friends of people who have intellectual disabilities. You might have a child who has a problem with speech, and they use Lamh a lot in school, and it's important that as a parent or a friend that we use it back to them. Yeah. So, why we use Lamh? To communicate. Basically, that's it. It's to communicate. So the difference between this and sign language is that we talk at the same time. So we don't just do the sign, we actually say the sentence at the same time. But it's a way for us to communicate with others who find it hard to communicate. To reduce frustration in those who can't communicate. And think about your child who's 2 and isn't speaking yet, and gets really, really frustrated how they can't tell you. But imagine an 8-year-old or a teenager or an adult who can't communicate with you and find it really, really hard. It reduces that frustration if they can just tell you what they want. It also creates inclusivity. So it means that, you can send your child to school, and the staff there are going to be able to include them because they're going to know what they want and need. And also that they, if other students in the class know how to speak Lamh, they can speak together, and it stops that barrier of being left on their own. And lastly, it actually creates a lot of eye contact and movement. So it encourages the child or the adult to use eye contact, which we can lose a lot with those, especially with intellectual disabilities. They tend to not use eye contact much, and they don't move a lot. So it creates movement. It creates an action, and it gets them moving, and it gets them speaking, and it makes them focus on what they're saying. Yeah. So rather than them just saying whatever, they actually have to focus and say, well, I want to say whatever. Yeah. So we'll move on. The next part, can I have a show of hands who's left-handed?
Yeah.
Okay, Sarah.
Myself.
And anybody else left-handed? No? Okay, and everybody else is right-handed? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Easy.
yeah, Esme, you're right-handed, are you? Yeah? Great, okay. So, it's important that when we use Lamh, we have to use our dominant hand. So if you're right-handed, you have to use your right hand, and if you're left-handed, you have to use your left hand. So Sarah, it's important for you that you learn all this with your left hand, yeah? And everybody else use their right hand. So everything we go through, try and use the correct hand, okay? So we're gonna go through the alphabet one by one. I'm going to do the sign for you. It'll also be on the screen, but I just want you to do it back for me, just so I can make sure you're doing it right, yeah? So we'll start off with the letter A. So the letter A is just our fingers down, and our thumb is placed beside our index finger like this. Can you all show me that? See, really good. Yeah, really good. Perfect. Great. That looks good. We'll move on to B. So we have our 4 fingers up, and our thumb is closed over. Yeah. So Esme, just pop all your fingers together for me. Close them all together. Much better. There we go. So that's the letter B. Yeah. And it's important when we do that we're, we don't just kind of put our hand up, that we always go B or A. Yeah. That we really show and emphasize it. Yeah. And we always do it in this square where our face and our shoulders are. Yeah. So that's because that's where we're going to communicate. So next is C. Nice and easy. It's a C shape. We would all naturally do this. Yeah. So can you all show me C? Really good. Yeah. Esme, can you just turn your hand the other way for me? Really good. Well done. Yeah, really good, guys. Yeah. So that's C. So that one's nice and simple. Some of them are ones that you would naturally do anyway, and some are a little different. They're a little odd. Yeah. So, there we go. Then we have D. We're going to put all our fingers down and just point one finger up. Okay, so that's our D. Yeah, so our thumb comes across and all our fingers are up. Yeah, that's really good, guys. Yeah, really good. Okay, next one is E. So E, we're going to close our fingers down, not fully. The way it's up, yeah, and we're going to cross that finger and cross and just underneath them fingers. That's E. It's a little awkward. It feels a bit funny, but that's our letter E. Okay, and then our next one, F. So we're going to close this finger down and push our thumb over this part. Yeah, and that's our letter F. Really good.
Do you spread your fingers or do you keep them together?
You spread your fingers. So if you see me from the side, it'll naturally do that with your fingers, but you can keep them spread. Yeah, that's okay. Then next we have G. So all we're doing is the same thing, but just moving that finger underneath. Yeah, and again, spreading those fingers out. Really good. Esme, that's brilliant. It's like the OK sign, isn't it? Really, really good. It is, yeah. Then we're going to move on to H. So H is like our rock and roll sign, yeah, but it makes sense. We have our H, yeah? The top of our H is here, okay? So that's our H. Yeah, really, really good. Then we're going to move on to I. So I is just our baby finger. It just sticks up in the air. Yeah, nice and small. Yeah. Well done, Esme. Yeah, really good, guys. And then for J, all we're going to do is we start with our I, and then we just flick it down. Yeah, that's our J. We just flick down. Yeah, just a little flick.
Do you like go all the way back up, or is it just like
you just flick it down? That's our J. So we're just creating that letter J.
Oh, yeah.
Does that make sense? Really good. Our next one is K. Yeah, so our middle finger is down and our other fingers are up. Yeah.
I feel like I can't do that. Hold on.
Yeah, it is really hard. So you just press the fingers down, and this one, it is a bit uncomfortable and your fingers will pull, but that's okay, yeah? Once we get that shape, really good. Then we have L. And what's really important about L is that we don't bring the thumb down too far, because that's actually the sign for toilet. Okay, so we need to keep this sign. So we just keep the L slightly elevated on the bottom, yeah, to stop that whole toilet, yeah. So just slightly elevated. You see? Yeah, that's really good, really good. Okay, the next one, nice and easy. It's M. We're just gonna put 3 fingers down. Really good. Esme, can you lift your hand up a little bit so I can see you? Really good. Just your 3 fingers. So put your pinky up. Yeah, much better. Really good. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Then keep our hands there, because N is just the 2 fingers. Yeah.
Oh.
We have our little gap in the middle, and it's like our N shape. We keep it nice and close together. Yeah. Wayne, just coast them a little bit close together. Yeah. Really good. Well done. Then our next one is O. Nice and easy. We have O. Yeah. So just like the letter O, really good, Esme. Yeah, we have our O, so like an O shape. Yeah. We're flying through these. Well done. Then P is our 3 fingers up, and they're all together. Yeah. Really, really good. Well done. Then we have Q, which is not going to be very commonly used, but we're just going to put down our ring finger and hold it there, and our 2 fingers here are up, and this one is up. Really good. Really well. Yeah, that's perfect, Sarah. Yeah. And then or we're just crossing them fingers. Yeah. So our 2 fingers crossed. Okay. Well done. Now we're going on to S. So S is, we're going to hold our fist down, and we're going to push our fingers across. Yeah. So like a little fist. So our fingers go across it. Yeah. Exactly like that. Yeah. So that's our S. Then we have T. T is a little complicated. So we're going to put our 3 fingers down. We're going to wrap our thumb in, okay? And then we're going to push this finger down on top.
Oh gosh, hold on.
Okay, so 3 fingers down. And we're going to push our thumb into the side. Yeah. And then put your finger on top.
Oh, on top. Right.
On top. Yeah, some people have longer thumbs. It's a little bit harder, yeah? For me, it fits over comfortably. I think you're doing it really well, actually. Yeah, you're getting really good. Very, very good. Yeah, perfect. So that's T. That's the hardest one. Then we have U. So similar to our N, but it's up this way. Yeah, and it's nice because it gives that U shape. Yeah, that we need. Well done. 2 fingers together. Yeah.
Is your thumb folded in, is it?
Yeah, your thumb's folded in. Yeah. Yeah, like that. Then V, we just open them up. So Esme, I want you to use your 2 fingers close to your thumb. That's it. Well done. Yeah, really good. Then we have W, and we're just going to put up the 3rd finger. Wayne's getting excited there because that's his letter. So we have W. Nearly there. X. We're doing similar to what we did with T. So we're closing our fingers in, but we're wrapping our thumb over this time and just keeping it like a little hook, and it's out in front of us. Yeah. So we need you to show it. It's kind of awkward because it's hard to twist your body, but yeah, exactly like that. Yeah. Really good. It's the harder one to do. Yeah. Really good. Again, it's not like Q. You wouldn't use it very often. Then we have Y. Yeah. Y is like the telephone sign. Yeah. And we have it up like this. And our last one is Z. So we're going to stick our finger up and we're just going to make the letter Z. All we do is just create that letter Z. Yeah. So we finger up, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. You just make the letter Z. So guys, that's our alphabet, right? Really nice and straightforward. And I will send you all this after so you can reference to it because you're not going to remember it all from today. So our next thing is to learn how to say the word name. Yeah, so name is, I want you to close your fist and with 1 finger, start with the other side, yeah, of your head, and you just squiggle it across. Yeah, so that's name.
Your finger rather than your...
Yeah, your finger. Yeah, your finger. So just your finger. So your hand comes across, but your finger wiggles. So that's the word for name. Okay? So I'm going to say my name. I'm going to say, hello, my name is Emma. Yeah. And as I said before, we still talk at the same time. Yeah. So I'll say, hello, my name is Emma. Yeah. So that's Emma. Okay. Because it's E. So can I ask you guys, what's your name? So Keelan, I'll start with you. Can you tell me your name? Say, hello, my name is
hello, my name is Keelan.
Well done. Really, really good. Yeah. So as I said, you don't need to use it's only the main one. So we got the hello, and then we got the tell us his name, and it's Keelan. Yeah. So Esme, could you try for me? So I want you to say hello.
Hello, my name is Esme.
Yeah, Esme. So you're going to go with E. Yeah. You want to show me E? So that's C. So our E letter is this one. Can you see me doing that? Yeah, really good. So that's Esme. Well done, Esme. Really, really good. Yeah, that's hard. Well done. Wayne, can you do it for me?
I can't. Hello, my name is Wayne.
Is Wayne. Well done. Yeah. So nice and simple. As I said, you're not signing every letter, yeah, or every word, but we still have to talk at the same time because it's communicative. Yeah. I know Sarah has dropped off on us, but that's okay. I will contact Sarah myself and make sure that she's okay.
Sarah's back, I think.
She's back. Is she? Okay, I'll just. Oh, she's
on mute though.
She's on mute, but she's there. Sarah, you're there. Perfect. Thought you dropped off on us. Sarah, can you tell me your name? Her internet might just be bad. You're just on mute there, Sarah.
She might have to connect her audio.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
I can hear Sarah a bit.
On mute.
There
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Sorry,
there we go.
about
That's
that.
okay. Listen, I've been doing this all through the pandemic and we still have issues all the time with IT. It's absolutely fine. So can you tell me your name, Sarah?
So is this S?
Yes.
Yeah,
Your fist
that's
and
S.
finger over. Yeah.
Yeah, so
You
I'll
say hello.
say hello.
Yeah.
My name is Sarah.
Really, really good. Well done, guys. Okay. So just before we finish up, does anybody have any questions for me? If you can't think of any now, it's okay. You can always email them to me. It's not a problem. But nobody has any questions for today.
I suppose one question I would have is that is love something that is mostly used by children, or would it also be used by adults as well?
Yeah, so most adults actually would use it. There tends to be ones with intellectual disability, but it's not that long out there, Sarah. So yes, they would use it, and we would train a lot of adults to use it, and they would use it in the likes of the shops and stuff, and we try and teach them how to use it if they were going to buy something, or if they were, they were into a restaurant, how they would say certain things, but not as many would know as rather than kids, and kids would be a lot more into using it because they love expressing their hands. But we try and keep it 50-50, but for now, yes, it'd be more kids would use it than adults. Yeah.
Okay.
So we try and
as
much as they're signing, we want them to try and say it as well, to try and enhance the talking and make them out with the words. Does that make sense? So guys, are there any other questions on that?
I do.
Yeah, Esme, go ahead.
Do we have to be on Zoom every week?
No, just this one time. Is that okay? No problem. Well, guys, I guess what's left for me is to say thank you. Yeah, so that's how we say thank you in Lamh. We put our hand to our chin.
Thank you.
Bring it out, not like a blowing a kiss. We thank you. Yeah, which is similar actually to English Sign Language and Irish Sign Language. So you could use it on everybody. Just don't be blowing kisses to random people. But thank you guys, and thank you for coming today. And I will hopefully see you soon. I will send you out an evaluation of today just to see what you learned and how you felt it went. And I will see you all soon.